Hari Hari Kalimora. Hari Hari Kalimora Ave Norina. Hari Hari Kalimora Ave Norina. Vimala Vaishnave Rati Upajive Ratanai Vekshina. Sankirtane, Shri Krishna Smarane, Satakama Jiya Radho, Kave Mora, Kave Nadina, Antara Bahira, Samavyavahara, Amani Manadahava, Antara Bahira, Samavyavahara, Amani Manadahava, Krishna Sankirtane, Shri Krishna Smarane, Satakama Jiya Radho, Kave Mora, Kave Nadina, Hidera Kriya, Avyase Karibo, Jivana Japana Lagi, Shri Krishna Bhajane, Anukula Jahan, Ayavo Anuragi, Kave Mora, Kave Nadina, Vachane Radha, Pratikulata, Vidavavete Agigo, Vajite Vajite Samayasile, Eyo Chadiya Jivo, Kave Mora, Kave Nadina, Bhakti Vinoda, Ayasa Kori, Pasiya Godumagane, Prabhu Kripa Lagi Raturantare, Sarakande Sangopane, Kave Mora, Kave Nadina, Vimala Vaishnava Ati Upadive Vasanai, Ati Upadive Vasanai Dekina, Jaya Vaishnava Tako, Vaishnava Tako, Vaishnava Tako, Jaya Vaishnava Tako.
Nitai Pada Kamala, das ist Seite 43.
Wenn wir noch was für Ramachandra singen wollen, am besten was für Corona miteinander zusammen.
Zusammen? Okay. Können wir machen. Dann Seite 65. Paramakaruna. Wie bitte? Ja. Paramakaruna Paduijana Nitai Gora Chandra Karuna Paduijana Nitai Gora Chandra
5 Blätter.
5 Blätter.
Ja, also irgendwie nächste Woche
Aber die
dann
beiden.
1 und das ist halt echt geil.
Das glaube ich durchaus ausgegeben.
Wenn du willst, kannst du auch. Das.
Hast du es frei?
Ja, oder? This is one some shlokas from Sri Ramcharitamanas. Dann hast du ein falsches gegeben. Eigentlich, wir bräuchten noch eins. So, this is one some shlokas from Sri Ramcharitamanas.
Hab schon, Sachi.
And about the birth of Ramachandra, how he took birth. So I just read the translation of these 4 shlokas and then we can sing them. The gracious Lord, who is compassionate to the lowly and the benefactor of Kaushalya, appeared. The thought of his marvelous form, which steals the heart of the sages, filled the mother with joy. His body was dark as a cloud, the delight of all eyes. In his 4 arms he bore his characteristic emblems. Means he appeared with 4 arms. Ramachandra appeared with 4 arms, with the 4 symbols, like chakra, the conch and the chakra and the club. Like Krishna appeared in Dwarka also with 4 arms, like that. So adorned with jewels and a garland of sylvan flowers and endowed with large eyes, the slayer of the demon Kara was an ocean of beauty. Like Krishna in the prison of Kansa, he appeared first with 4 arms, and then he became small, like a little baby. Folding her hands, the mother said, "O infinite Lord, how can I adore you? The Vedas as well as the Puranas declare you as transcending Maya, beyond attributes, above knowledge, and beyond all measure. He who is glorified by the Vedas and holy men as an ocean of mercy and bliss, and the repository of all virtues, that same Lord of Lakshmi and the lover of his devotees, has revealed himself for my good. The Vedas proclaim that every pore of your body contains multitudes of universes brought forth by Maya. Such a Lord stayed in my womb. This amusing story staggers the mind of even men of wisdom. Unlimited universes coming out of the pores of his skin, and still he stayed at the womb of Mother Kaushalya. When the revelation came upon the mother, the Lord smiled. He would perform many leelas. Therefore, he exalted her by telling her the charming account of her previous birth, so that she might love him as her own child. In Kaushalya previous, he had been a Drona and Dhara. Not Drona and Dhara, Vrishni and Sutapa. And they were praying that they have a son like the Lord. Therefore, in 3 births, they became the parents of the Lord. Like that. The mother's mind was transformed then when she remembered them. She spoke again. give up this transcendental form and means this forearmed form, and betake to child sports which are so dear to a mother's heart. The joy that comes from such sports is unique and unparalleled in every way. It means he is requesting him, please become a small child, that I can enjoy the motherly love towards you. Hearing these words, the all-wise Lord of Immortals became a small baby and began to cry. Those who sing this lay, says Tulsidas, attain the abode of Sri Hari and never fall into the snares of mundane existence. Nice, huh? Simply by singing this, you will get free from Maya forever.
Immediately or after some time?
Huh?
Immediately or after some time?
In no
Not
time.
written here.
In no time.
It's open end. What do you think?
Bhai Bhagata Kipalam Dinodayalam Kausalam Hitakari Bhai Bhagata Kipalam Dinodayalam Kausalam Arasita Mahata Muni Manahari Ambhuta Rupa Vichari Arasita Mahata Muni Manahari Ambhuta Rupa Lochana Apirama Tanuranna Shama Nitsa Ayuda Buchachari Lochana Apirama Tanuranna Shama Nitsa Ayuda Buchachari Musana Vanamala Nayana Visala Sopasendo Karare Musana Vanamala Nayana Visala Sopasendo Karare Adoita Tori Astupitori Kevinte Karau Ananta Kadoita Tori Astupitori Kevinte Karau Ananta Maya Gunna Jannatikam Maya Gunna Jana Sita Mana Veda Purana Dhananta Maya Gunna Jana Sita Mana Veda Purana Dhananta Karuna Sukha Sagaram Sabaguna Agaram Mama Urasubasi Jaupahasi Sunanta Dhiramati Tiranarai Mama Urasubasi Jaupahasi Sunanta Dhiramati Tiranarai Upachara Bhagyanam Bravo Musukana Saridava Hunda Bhitikinachaye Upachara Bhagyanam Bravo Musukana Saridava Hunda Bhitikinachaye Kahi Katha Suhai Mato Pachai Dehi Pakara Sutta Te Marai Kahi Katha Suhai Mato Pachai Dehi Pakara Sutta Te Marai Mata Puni Boli Somatidori Tasavuntada Rupa Matavunibori Somatidori Tasavuntada Rupa Itaisi Sulila Ati Priya Sila Jaha Sukha Parama Anupa Itaisi Sulila Ati Priya Sila Jaha Sukha Parama Anupa Sunivatsana Sujana Rodanyatanam Hoi Balaka Surahopa Sunivatsana Sujana Rodanyatanam Hoi Balaka Surahopa Sahachari Kase Gavai Haripada Pavai Tena Varahi Bhavarupa Sahachari Kase Gavai Haripada Pavai Tena Varahi Bhavarupa Jai Sitaram Jai Sitaram Sitaram Jai Sitaram Jai Sitaram Jai Sitaram Sitaram Jai
Ist auch eine Raga oder so? Oder was ist das?
Das ist eigentlich die ganze Ramcharitramana wird so gesungen.
Ah ja. Die Musik hier.
So. Sitaram hast du auch noch da oder nicht mehr? Auch noch? Okay, brauchen wir noch mehr. Ich habe nur 3. Okay, Übersetzung. Chant Sitaram, 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 and live happily in whatever manner Lord Ram places you. Wherever Lord Ram puts you, there be happy with that and live happily. And chant Ram's name. Let Ram's name be on your tongue and his service in your hands. You are not alone, my dear one, because Ram is always with you. Tolerate loss and gain, knowing that all is the law of providence. If you show pride, then you will not gain respect. Because everything will happen just as Lord Ram wants it to happen. Therefore, go on working without attachment to the results. And trust your life in the hands of Dinanath, the master of the poor. Whether he gives you a palace or a hut to dwell in, just chant Ram Ram and thank and not question why. Only depend on Ram, not on any other. Be attached only to Ram and be not attached to anything else. In the company of sadhus, just paint every limb of your body with Ram. Giving up desire and anger, soak yourself in the nectar of Ram. Abandoning greed and attachment, O dear one, take the name of Sri Ram. Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram Kai, Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sindagi ke dosto, atadina nakde. Sindagi ke dosto, atadina nakde. Atadina nakde. Anande rake chahe chopadi me basde. Anande rake chahe chopadi me basde. Dhanyavad nilivat Ram Ram kaiye. Dhanyavad nilivat Ram Ram kaiye. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. आश्रय का राम जी से बच्चे आशा छोड़ दे. आश्रय का राम जी से बच्चे आशा छोड़ दे. आश्रय का राम जी से बच्चे नाता छोड़ दे. आश्रय का राम जी से बच्चे नाता छोड़ दे. साधु संग राम रंग अंग अंग आइए. साधु संग राम रंग अंग अंग आइए. सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम. सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम. Nayir tera keram, nayir tera ye. Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Ragopati Vaya Saram Paditavaya Sitaram. Ragopati Vaya Saram Paditavaya Sitaram. Ragopati Sitaram, 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 Jaya Sitaram. Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram, Lakshmana Sitaram. Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram Jaya Sitaram. Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram Jaya Sitaram. Sitaram Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Yamuna Jiva Sri Radha Vinod Bihari Radha Raman Bihari Radha Samasundar Ki Jai. Jai Sri Ramachandra Ki Jai. Sri Mayata Purushottam Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Sri Ram Navami Mahamahotsava Ki Jai. Jai Nitsalina Prabhustam Snabhada Stokta Shata Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Sri Narayana Goswami Maharaj Sri Gurudeva Ki Jai. Sri Gurudev Pasadavan Ki Jai. Sri Gauriya Vaishnava Acharya Vag Ki Jai. Sri Rupanuga Guru Vag Ki Jai. Sri Sarvaswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Prem se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Radha Sri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Navadvip Maya Pranam Ki Jai. Jai Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Govardhan Dvada Savanatmaka Sri Patsa Mandala Ki Jai. Syama Kunna Radha Kunna Mana Ganga Tutsi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Kantarat Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Bhairat Miranga Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai. Sri Gaura Premanande.
Habt ihr die Babys nicht mehr? Rama, Sita und Lakshman? Stuttgart hattet ihr doch einen kleinen stehen. Und wer war denn der?
Die kleinen Ramachandra hatten wir.
Ja.
Der war nämlich ganz der ist von Sudanidi eigentlich.
Was ist der?
Ein Sudanidi-Leute.
Aha.
Das ist aber komisch, man badet in einer Leeren, dann steht man im Schauer. Das mache ich nicht. Stimmt. Ich gebe es kurz wieder an. Das glaubst du auch nicht? Ich muss jetzt in die Küche, weil ich habe
Eine schlechte Position. Schlechte Position.
Kannst du das aufmachen wieder? Sachi? Kannst du den Schrank wieder aufmachen? Du musst sehen, was da los ist. Okay. Amagyanatimirandasya Gananjana Sarakayam Chaksur Unmiritangina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurave Gurachandaya Ratikaya Tadare Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tat Bhaktayo Namo Namah Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Pima Padaite Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratishe Namah Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kansana Gorangi Radhe Bindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suttadevi Panamami Haripim Bhaktya Vihina Aparadalakshay Ksiptasya Kamadi Tarangamatte Kipamaitang Saranang Papana Prinde Namaste Charanarvindam Vanchakalpadurubhyassa Kipasanupa Ivatam Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Wenn ich in Englisch spreche, verstehst du das, Nat? Ja. Oh ja. Gut. Und du könntest für die Anuradha übersetzen. Okay. So today we are celebrating the very auspicious appearance day of Sri Ramachandra. And we have already this morning read something we have heard that Sri Ramachandra, he is non different from Krishna. One can worship Ramachandra and still be one-pointed to Krishna. Just one has to understand. And Keshavadrita Rama Sharira Jaya Jaya Deva Hare. Only Krishna, he has accepted this form of Ramachandra for the sake of some pastime and to fulfill some desires. And for the beginning devotee, Ramachandra is very helpful because he is teaching us how to perfectly follow religious principles. Like that. That is called Maryata Purushottam. Ramachandra is Maryata Purushottam, Supreme Lord who is teaching Maryata, means perfect religious behavior. Krishna, after that, Krishna is known as Lila Purushottam, that Supreme Lord who is performing most sweet pastimes. Krishna's pastimes are especially very sweet and attractive. Therefore he is called Krishna, which means he's all attractive. And then after that came Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, he is called Prem Purushottam. That Supreme Lord who is tasting the highest kind of love, Prem, and who is distributing this Prem everywhere. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's speciality. So in this way, Lord Ram, he can be accepted by everyone because all his pastimes are completely exemplary in the most perfect way. Lord Ramachandra's father, his name was Dasharat Maharaj. God has no father, but when he appears in this world, he accepts one father and one mother. There's actually his eternal associates from the spiritual world. They're coming down to accept this role of his father, mother, and so on. So Dasharat Maharaj, his father, one time, he had many queens. He said he had like 30,000 queens or something. Out of these, 360 were prominent. One for each day. Eine für jeden Tag. Because moon calendar is 360 days. And Purushottam month for the others. I don't know. I'm just joking. No. He had so many queens because he was the king. And he was meant to have next king coming, to have children, sons, who will continue the dynasty after him. After all, he was not any ordinary king. He was the king of the solar dynasty, coming from the sun god. There are two great dynasties of Kshatriyas in this world. One coming from the sun god and one coming from the moon god, Chandra. Ramachandra, he appeared in the sun dynasty. Therefore he is called Raghupati. Means the lord of the Raghus. Raghu is the name of the sun. So the Raghus are those who are coming from the sun. So, because he is as beautiful as the moon. And Krishna, he appeared in the moon dynasty of the moon god, like that. So he had many queens just for the purpose of having children, but still he had no son. Somehow, by providence, he had not any son, even though he had so many queens. Huh? I don't think we should use our mundane ideas on these personalities. He's eternal associate of God from the spiritual world. He was so powerful that the demigods from the heavenly planets, they asked him to help them in the fight against the demons. So he went to heavenly planets fighting with the demigods against the demons. It was said, if when he went out on the battlefield, then he was like a farmer who's pulling out the wheat from the field. Like that's how he was dealing with his enemies. So then don't think he was any ordinary person. He's a very special person. Still somehow, by the destiny, he did not have any son. One time, Maharaj Dasharat, he went out hunting. And he went to the place of a nearby king, his friend, King Kaikeyi. Not Kaikeyi, Kaikeya. Kaikeyi or Kaikeya. That Maharaj Kaikeyi, he had a daughter. She was named Kaikeyi. And Maharaj Kaikeyi, he told his daughter, very nicely look after Maharaj Dasharat. Bring him prasadam and take care that he has everything he needs. So she served him in such a way that Maharaj Dasharat was very satisfied with her service. And also she was extremely beautiful and had so many godly qualities. So he became attracted to her. Next morning he asked King Kaikeyi, I want something, please give me donation. So King Kaikeyi asked her, what do you want? Maharaj Dasharat said, I want your daughter. She's very qualified and I want to marry her. Then King Kaikeyi, he started laughing. He said, no, I cannot give my daughter to you. Dasharat Maharaj said, no, why not? Kaikeyi Maharaj said, well, you have already thousands of queens. And I will only marry my daughter to someone whose son will be the next king. Understand? So if I want my daughter's son to be the next king. So if you want to marry her, you will have to promise me that the son born from her will be king. Only then I will give her in marriage to you. Now Maharaj Dasharat, he started laughing. He said, if I would get any child, one child even, I would be so happy, because I have thousands of wives, but I have no son. So if your daughter can give me a son, I would be most happy person in the world. And automatically he will be king. So in that way it was settled that Kaikeyi, she married Maharaj Dasharat. And actually, of all queens he had, Kaikeyi was most dear to him. Kaikeyi was most dear to him. He mostly spent his time with her in association because she had so many beautiful qualities like that. So, but still there was no son. Then Maharaj Dasharatha, he heard about one very powerful rishi. His name was Rishyashringa. Rishyashringa means the person, he has horns like a deer, like that. Hat ein Geweih. Because he was born from a deer. But he was the son of a powerful rishi. And so he grew up with his father in the forest. And he had never seen a woman in his life. He didn't know what women are. And his father would also not tell him. Because as we have heard, the vow of celibacy is very helpful for spiritual progress. So he grew up and he developed very amazing powers. He became a very pure and powerful person. So at that time there was one king, different king, and in his kingdom there was no rain since 12 years, something like that. And so all his citizens, they were starving. And then if the citizens are starving and they are following religion properly, then it is the duty of the king to do something. His responsibility. So then he was asking so many rishis, sadhus. And then they said, you have done many sin, you have done one specific sin. That's why no rain is coming to your kingdom. Only if you get the son, this small Brahmin boy, Rishyashringa, to do a sacrifice for you, then again the rain will fall in your kingdom. But how to bring this boy to his kingdom? His father would never agree. He did not want his son to ever come in contact with this materialistic society. So what to do? And then the king, he made one trick. And he sent some girls there, dressed up as boys, as brahmacharis, as rishis. They're coming with a boat through the jungle to that place where he was staying. So he met them, and he was very curious. What kind of sadhus are you? Where are you coming from? Why you have this special things in front of your chest? They look very attractive. Maybe you have done some special pious activities to get such attractive things there on your chest. Then they told him that they are rishis. Then they gave him many nice sweets, which they had brought, very opulent, with ghee and sugar. He had never tasted anything in his life like that. He would only eat roots and fruits from the forest. So he was eating these sweets, and it was like, and his senses were like going through the ceiling. And then they did kirtan with him, dancing with him and embracing him, like that. So somehow he went back to the ashram, but his mind could not stop thinking of these special young boys. Why am I so attracted to them? Even he had never known anything about ladies, but automatically in this world, this attraction is there. Like butter and fire coming together, automatically result will come. Like that. Butter will melt. In that way, he met them. Then they told him, our king, he wants you in the ashram. in his kingdom, because there is special. There's like, since 12 years there's no rain, and there's this prophecy that only you can help. Then he agreed. Then they took him, and then he went to the king, and the king very nicely welcomed him, and he engaged this boy in doing sacrifice. And then as soon as he started doing sacrifice, rain started to fall in that kingdom. But then his father was coming. And the king, he knew, maybe he will curse me, and the curse of that rishi will be worse than 12 years drought. So already when he came, that rishi came, the king had arranged so many persons to greet him, to offer prayers to him, to give him water and nice things, and like that, to please him. Then he himself, he went, falling at the rishi's feet and explaining everything. His father was very sad about that, but he accepted it as the providence. And so the Rishyashringa, Dasharatha Maharaj heard about him, so then he called him to make a putreshti yagya, to make a yagya to have sons, like that. And he did, and at that time, he gave a portion of sweet rice from the yagya. He said, give that to your queen, and then she will get a son. So the king was thinking, to whom I will give it? Because there were 3 prominent queens, like that. One was Kausalya, his first queen. Then the other was, what's her name? Sumitra. Sumitra. And the third one was Kaikeyi. They were prominent queens. So King Dasharatha, he gave like half of that sweet rice to Kausalya and half to Sumitra. No, sorry, I'm wrong. She gave half he gave to Kausalya and half he gave to Kaikeyi. So Sumitra would not get anything. Then both other queens, feeling compassionate, they would again make their sweet rice half, and they would give one half to Sumitra. So Sumitra actually got 2 portions, and the other they got 1 portion. So then, Kausalya, her son, she got 1 son. His name was Ram. He was Ramachandra. And Kaikeyi, her son was Bharat. And the other 2 portions, Sumitra, she got twins. Who were these twins? Lakshman and Shatrughna. So Lakshman, he was very devoted to Lord Ram. He always followed Ram like a shadow. And Shatrughna, on the other hand, he was very devoted to Bharat. He always followed Bharat like that. But these 4, they are, like we heard this morning, they are all expansions of the Supreme Lord. So they appeared in this wonderful way. So Ramachandra, as we have heard, he became a small boy, playing very nicely and sweetly. And especially, he had so much love for Kaikeyi, Lord Ramachandra, because he had so wonderful devotional qualities. He liked to play in her laps. He played more in the lap of Kaikeyi than in his own mother's lap, Kausalya. And Mother Kaikeyi, she loved Ram more than her own son Bharat, actually. Like that. So one time Ramachandra, he told to Kaikeyi, Mother, I want that you give me 1 boon. And then Kaikeyi said, whatever you want, I will give you. Then, but Ram said, whatever I ask, you have to give it. Promise? He said, I can give my life to you, no problem. What will I not give you? So just ask. Then Ram said, one day time will come. You have to, when one time, Mother Kaikeyi, she was, when Dasharatha Maharaj was fighting against the demons, then actually Kaikeyi, she was his chariot driver. Not bad, huh? She was driving chariot very expertly. And Maharaj Dasharatha, he was fighting like that. So at one point he was hit so hard by the opposing weapons that he fell unconscious on the battlefield. And then Kaikeyi, she took him to safety and drove him away from the battlefield. And she took care of him. Then when he came back to his senses, he became very angry. He said, "Why have you taken me away from the battlefield? This is a big shame." Then she explained what happened, and then he became very happy. She said, "I want to give you 2 boons, please. Whatever you want, you can have." So Kaikeyi said, "What I want from you, I'm completely happy." Then Dasharatha Maharaj said, "Maybe in the future you may need, then you can ask." He said, "Okay." So Ramachandra now reminded Kaikeyi of these 2 boons. He said, "One day, on the day, I'm gonna be coronated to become the king. And day I want you, that you ask my father 2 things. First, that I'm sent to the forest. And second, that Bharat, he will become king. That he will make Bharat to the king." Then Kaikeyi, she said, "Impossible. I can never do that." Because Bharat was her son, like that. And to send Ram in the forest would break her heart. He said, I would give you my life millions of times, but this I cannot do. Ramachandra said, "You have to do that. No one else can do, only you, and it is necessary." See, Ramachandra, he wanted to perform beautiful pastimes for the whole benefit of the whole world. In the forest, there were so many Rakshasas at that time, and giving very hard time to the sadhus, eating sadhus, like that in the forest. All Ravan's people, they became so powerful, they were giving so much trouble to the whole world. So Ramachandra wanted to kill all these Rakshasas, and he wanted to kill Ravan. For that, he had to go into the forest and Sita be kidnapped and all these leaders going on. And on the other hand, his father had promised that Kaikeyi's son will become the king. So that promise also had to come true, because everyone loved Ram more than anyone else. Bharat, he would also never allow that anyone else became king than Ram. He had so much love for Ram. Like that. So in this way, Ramachandra, he told Kaikeyi, "You have to do that." Then Kaikeyi said, "Yes, I will do." Like that. Then later on, the time came. It was the day that Ramachandra was to be crowned king of Ayodhya. Everyone was overjoyed. All citizens, everyone, his parents, his brothers, everyone was in complete ecstasy. Now Ramachandra, he will become the king. Oh, they were so much happy. But that at that time, then by arrangement of Yogamaya, then Mantra came. Mantra, hunchbacked, ugly lady. And her mind was more ugly even. So she was Kaikeyi's maidservant. And then she started speaking poison. And said, now your son will become a slave. And you will be the mother of a slave. Like that. Started poisoning her mind. Kaikeyi, she loved Ram more than anything else. It seems like in Ramayana, it seems like her mind was changed by Manthara. But this is actually not possible. Just Kaikeyi, she remembered that promise she had given to Ramachandra when he was a small child. She said, now the time is coming. And then she called Dasharatha Maharaj. Immediately Dasharatha Maharaj came. He loved his wife dearly. Then Kaikeyi, she said, I want 2 things from you. He said, of course. What can I give you? Then when she said these 2 things, I want that you send Ram to the forest for how many years? 12 years? 14? I think 14 years maybe. And why 14 years? Because he might come back in between to fight for his kingdom. That says. But after 14 years, this is like a special time. After 12 years or 14 years, after that, all the dashas, all the stars have changed, so to say. So different environment, everything like that. Like the dashas in your horoscope, they are changing after latest 12 years or something like that. They're changing. Some are shorter, some are longer, like that. But this is they have different long. Some are more long, some are more short. But then everything in life changes like that, So then, therefore, it is said, for example, when a sannyasi, he is not allowed to see his family again after taking sannyas. Only after 12 or 14 years, then he can again visit his family. He wants like that. So there's a special time. Also, Pandavas, they have been sent to the exile for 12 years, like that. And 1 year more incognito. Or the last one, I think the 12th year incognito. 12th year. Anyhow, she said, I want Ram to go to the forest for 14 years and Bharat should be king. And the Dasharatha, when he heard that, he could not believe. He became like a statue. He did not move. He was for a long time. He just tried to understand what he had just heard. It was completely impossible. He could not imagine such a thing. He said, what did you say? Then she repeated what he said. And then he said, Dasharatha, he started speaking, are you become mad? How is it possible you can speak something like that? Then she said, I'm very clear. I know exactly what I want. You should do that. Then he became he started falling to her feet, crying, and begging, and it was heartbreaking. She remained strong, firm. No, I'm not gonna give in. I said what I said, and that's what I want. Then he became angry. He started cursing. He spoke so everything he had never spoken in his life. He just cursed here left and right like that. And yeah, I mean, he hat sie so beschimpft und he became so angry at her. She did not change. Not at all. And then, again, he became unconscious, falling down. Like, getting up like a madman. And again, started begging. No. Again, falling unconscious. It was like terrible. Then he could not even walk back to his place. He was like completely mad. He went in his chamber, falling to the ground, and he could not speak with anything. His hairs were completely, all his ornaments dropped down. He did not know if he was naked or dressed or whatever. He was like, became like mad. Dasharat Maharaj. Then everyone came to Kaikeyi to preach to her. How can you do that? Lakshman, he was ready to kill her at the spot. He became so angry. Ramachandra somehow pacified Lakshman. Like that. So how Kaikeyi could do something like that is unbelievable. She could do that because she had given her word to Ram. No one suffered more than her. Then she knew, I will be cursed for all times to come. In all eternity, everyone will tell you are the worst guy. Just like some people, they always play bad guy in the movies, you know. If someone sees them on the street, then very problem for them, because they only associate them with the bad person, you know. So this is very difficult to do like that. But everyone would curse her for the rest of eternity, like that. In India, no one ever will name his daughter Kaikeyi. Impossible, because everyone is hating her. So how much devotion she had for Ram to fulfill this word she gave to him, like that. We cannot imagine how much love she had. She had more love than anyone else. Dasharat Maharaj, when Ramachandra left for the forest, Dasharat Maharaj, he was lying on his bed. He was saying, Ha, Ram, Ha, and then he left this world. He gave up his body, like that. But Kaikeyi even has more love than Dasharat Maharaj, actually. Like this. Then after Ramachandra had gone, at that time Bharat and Shatrugna, they were in some other kingdom at that time. So messages were sent to them, and then they came back like anything. They were like riding their horses dead, just like as quickly as possible they could come back. When they came back, whole Ayodhya was like a deaf city, dead. Everyone was like completely finished. No one would speak anything. Like everyone had lost his life. Ramachandra had gone to the forest. Like that. Then Bharat, he stormed in. And then he went to Kaikeyi. He was to become king now, but was he happy? He said, he went to his mother, he told, "You're such a wicked lady. Only because you are a woman and my mother, I would kill you at the spot. And so I regret that I ever in my life I had any connection with you. Never again in my life I will call you mother." He said like that. So when Kaikeyi heard that, then like she fell down unconscious like that. Even like this was so hard for her to tolerate like that. So she had done this only out of love for Ram, like that. And actually Bharat, he could never forgive that she did this like that. Then Bharat, immediately he called all the leading citizens from Ayodhya, and he said, immediately we will go, we follow Ram into the forest, we will bring him back. I'm not going to become king. Like that. So he went with the whole armies, all citizens of Ayodhya. He came with everyone. At that time, Ramachandra with Sita and Lakshman, he was staying on Chitragut mountain. Then from the mountain, they could see how in the distance Bharat was coming with big army and all citizens from Ayodhya like that. Then Lakshman, he became like angry like fire. He took his bow and arrow and he said, I will annihilate them all. Not only that they stole your kingdom, now, since you are alone in the forest, they think they can come and they can kill you and finish you so that they will never have any rival for their kingdom. But they don't know me. I will kill them all. Lakshman was so angry. He was ready. He had his bow and arrows ready. Then Ramachandra, he told him one story. He said, one time there was one lady. She had a small child. And in their house there was one mungus. Mungus, you know, mungus? Mungo in Deutsch. This is like an animal, little small, like a small dog, something like that. Yes. This mongoose is known to fight with snakes, like that. So the lady, she had to go somewhere, and child was very small. So she told that mongoose, you take care, protect our house, like that. So at that time, one dangerous snake came, heavy snake, big. Then mongoose, and was going towards the child, that snake. Then mongoose fighting the snake. Heavy fight, very long, heavy fight. Finally, mongoose was able to kill the snake, by having. Then the lady came home, and the mongoose very happily coming to the lady. His face full of blood everywhere, like that. Very happily he came. What did the lady? She saw that blood. What did she think? She thought that mongoose had attacked the child, and so she became extremely angry. She took a stick and killed the mongoose, like that. And then she came inside. Then she saw the dead snake and child, and then she lamented so much. What have I done? Oh, how foolish am I? So Ramachandra, he told Lakshman that story. He told, first we should wait. We should check out what is his intention, like that. Then Bharat, he came. Immediately fell down at the feet of his brother and telling, never ever in all three worlds I will accept that kingdom. It is impossible for me. I will do whatever, I will kill my mother, but you should come back to the and should become the king. I will never step over your feet, like that. So spoke in such a humble and beautiful way that Lakshman, he was very surprised. He's thinking, oh my goodness, how much devotion Bharat has for Ram. He has more devotion for Ram than even myself. He was thinking like that. Then Ramachandra, then that time Bharat, he was saying, I will not become king. You should be king. Everyone wants that you are king. But Ramachandra said, no, my father has told me I should go to the forest, so I have to go. Then there was like conflict, what to do. Then that time King Janak was there. King Janak, Mahajan, he who knows perfectly religious principles, father of Sita Devi. So they asked Maharaj Janak what to do. We have here two sides. Then Janak Maharaj said, yes. On the one side we have Bharat. He wants Ram to come back. And he is right with that. His love is wonderful. And he is the most noble person. On the other side we have Ramachandra. And also he wants to follow religious principle, to follow his father. So then he made some comparison, King Janak. He said, Bharat's love for Ram is like a big ocean, like that. And Ram's determination to go to the forest is like a mountain, like that. But Bharat's love is so great, like a great ocean, that the mountain of Ramachandra's determination will sink into that ocean. So, but although the mountain of Ram's determination will sink into that ocean, it will not, it will stay solid and strong. It will not change. It will stay a mountain of determination. And then Janakas, he said, what is real love? The highest kind of love is that what you do, what the person who loves wants. And even then, it may be very painful. But if that is what he really wants, then this is the highest principle of love. So when Bharat Maharaj heard that, then he had to. But then he said, okay, but I will, please, he told to Ramachandra, please you give me your shoes. I will coronate your shoes. Then your shoes will reign this kingdom, and I will just be the servant of your shoes. So then they did like that. And for the 14 years that Ramachandra was away in the exile, Bharat actually, he never entered the city of Ayodhya. He stayed outside. And he was like Ram, he was taking cloth of a renunciate, like that. Only eating some fruits and roots. He was more austere, sleeping on the ground, more austere even than Ramachandra, like that. And simply every day worshipping Ram's feet. And in this way, on his behalf, managing the kingdom, like that. And when he came back, after 14 years, they had some doubts. Maybe Bharat now, he has gotten some taste for being the king. But Bharat, he went ahead to greet Ram when he was coming back, very, very happily. And Ram could understand that 14 years, not one day, he was thinking of himself, the king. He only thought himself of being servant of Ram all time. So in that way we see that the pastimes of Ramachandra, they are like very pathetic. Someone who's listening to them, he has to cry day and night, like that. That's why he performed beautiful pastimes to purify all people. In India before, every night they would have someone would play some drama, or they would do some singing or speaking from Shastra. But mostly they would speak on Ramayana and Mahabharata and like that. They would not, any mundane topic, they would not speak. So therefore everyone in India, they would hear about these beautiful pastimes of Ram. In this way, they would learn everything about religion, and they would develop their devotion and purify their existence. So today is, this day, birthday is a very good day. On the appearance day, all Vaishnavas and avatars, they are in a very good mood, jolly mood. They want to give donations. So this day is a very beautiful day to pray. If we pray today to Sri Ramachandra, he will surely give his blessings and fulfill our desires, like that. So we stop here. Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Mayate Purushottam Sri Ramachandra ki jai. Sri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ji ki jai. Sri Bharat Maharaj ki jai. God Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Naja, auch. Gurudev hat dieses Beispiel mit Kaikeyi, es hat Gurudev besonders gemacht, weil es so tiefe Bhakti zeigt halt. Ne? Und das Beispiel von Bharat, Gurudev hat viele Sachen gesprochen, aber nur so angedeutet, weißt, ich habe es ein bisschen ausführlich erzählt halt. Jaya Satchinanda Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Satchinanda Jaya Gaura Hari Satchinanda Jaya Gaura Hari Satchinanda Jaya Gaura Hari Vivadaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Arati Kocha Jaya
Sila Sika Bhagavani ki Bhagavad ki
Jai.
ki Jai. Savo Sampradaya ki Jai. Savo Chaitanya Mat ki Jai.
Jai.
Saranam Sankirtan ki Jai. Sachivan Bhagavatam ki Jai.
Jai.
Bhagavatam Apiyam Se ki Jai.